What's up, guys? I'm Rob, and I'm here at Masters of Trade. Just won the normal Friday tournament, advanced, and I won playing Gladiator Beasts. So let's break this down. It's kind of a weird day because this is the last day of the March 2012 format. So a couple of these things in here are going to be changed at midnight tonight. So for the deck, I'm running 2 Laquari. When he comes out from a special off a Gladiator Beast, he's 2100. And he's a big beater in the deck. It's usually pretty good to go into him. I mean, he's just a strong card overall. The next one I'm running in 2s, I'm running 2 Gladiator Beast Darius. I mean, he's got respectable attack. His effect, he specials from the graveyard, and he's an integral part in one of the big combos that I'll get into a little bit later. The last one I'm running at 2 is Gladiator Beast Akest, and he is my recursion, helps lock down effects. Every time he's special, he'll bring back Gladiator Beast War Chariot. Now for my 1-of Glads, I'm running 1 Murmillo. When he's special, he pops a creature, mandatory, so you want to make sure you've got a target for him. 1 Bestiari, I mean, he's limited to 1. He's so good. Pops back rows left and right. Popped Mirror Force after Mirror Force after Dimensional Prison for me today. He's so good. Next, I'm running 1 Rediari. When he's special, he banishes a card from the graveyard. And, I mean, last day for Chaos Dragon, so he got to have some fun with it, and Rediari came out and did work against the Future Fusion. The next one I'm running at 1 is Hoplomys. When you start out with him and set him, he's a great card to have out. Not a lot of things will get over the 21 first turn, and since Insectors are going to be gone next format, he is a really good card to have. He's just hard to run over. He gets you your tag. One of my favorite plays is to set him first turn, have them attack into it, and tag him out from Murmillo to pop their attacker. The next card I'm running at 1, and this is kind of a tech choice for me, but I've seen more people running it, is 1 Samnite. When he's specialed and he destroys a defense position creature, he gets 1 Gladiator Beast card from your deck to your hand, and I use him to get my War Chariots and just start up the negations left and right. Next card I'm running at 3 is Test Tiger, and I really like that card. He can tag out. You special him when you have a Gladiator Beast, and you contribute him to tag him out for anyone, including themselves. So if you can just normal Laquari, special Test Tiger, tag Laquari out for himself. He's just a really versatile card, and when you don't want to tag out, he exceeds into 3 for you. Next card I'm running 2 Elemental Hero Prisma. This is the Hero Lives Gladiator Beast build, and the combos you can get off with him are just stupid, and I'm going to go over those later, but it's a really strong combo, especially if you're stuck going second. Next, I'm running 2 Effect Veiler. I feel 2 is the good number to be at. I don't want to have him all the time, but because I have War Chariots. But when I do have Veiler, it's usually at a key moment where I don't have my War Chariot set up, or I need to do something spur of the moment, like a Shien. Shien's out, and all I have is War Chariot. The last creature of the deck is Gores. There's been a lot of situations I've been in where it's just they'll heavy me, they'll take out my monsters, and they'll just push for game. Gores is a big stopper on that. Say someone heavies me and just starts pressuring with like an Excalibur. Gores comes down, stops it. He's a really versatile card, really good. And that's all for my creatures. So let's move on to my spells. I'm running triple Forbidden Lance. I mean, it protects you from spells. You can use it offensively. You can use it defensively. It's a really powerful card. And I mean, I've used it so much. It puts in a lot of work in getting over creatures. I mean, it shuts down a lot of cards that your opponent's going to try and use against you. Next, I've got 2 Gladiator Proving Grounds. It's like an e-call for Gladiator Beast. a good card. If you have a dead hand, and that is pretty good. I mean, it's just going to search for you. It gets shut off by Thunder King, but it's honestly not that big a problem. Next card I'm running is 2 A Hero Lives. If you don't know what the card does, while you don't control a face-up monster, you can pay half your life to special level 4 or lower elemental hero. And it starts off the combo that I keep talking about. I'm going to show you guys later. It's a really strong combo. Now for my 1-0 spells, I'm running 1 MST because you have Bestiary, so, you know, spot removal, not a big deal. You have all your lances, so you're going to have protection from their back row a lot of times. MST is just a really good card. Running 1 Monster Born, staple. You guys know, you use them all the time. They're really good. That's the whole reason everyone uses them. Now for my trap lineup, I'm running 3 Gladiator War Chariots. They negate and destroy when an effect monster's effect is activated. They're spell speed 3. They're really good. So many times it's been like, against 6 Sams, I'll have Mirror Force in this set, activate Mirror Force on an attack, Sheehan negate, and War Chariot negate, bomb their field. It's honestly one of the strongest cards in my deck. I love having this behind a Heraclinos. Just so strong. I'm running 1 Solemn Warning at the moment, but I really don't want to have this card in the deck. At midnight tonight, that's going to become a second Mirror Force, because I don't see a reason not to run it. People are going to attack, and you're going to have ways to stop it. Double Mirror Force is going to be really strong in any deck. Next, I'm running 2 Bottomless Trap Hole. I mean, it's monster removal. It destroys, or it banishes the monster. It really just makes it hard for them to get it back. It's a great card, in my opinion. Next, I'm running 1 Dimensional Prison. I was at 2 with this, and I ended up trading one of them away, but at midnight tonight, it was going to go down to 1 for the second Mirror Force anyway. And the last card in the deck, 1 Solemn Judgment. I mean, negates anything for half your life. It's really good, especially in those clutch situations where you really need it. And mine's a really old Metal Raider one. I love it to death. So let's go over my extra deck now. I'm missing 2 cards from it at the moment, but yeah, as soon as I can find Esadaris, I will have them. So the 2 card, this is the big card of the deck, going into Gladiator Beast Geyseris. He specials onto the field via Contact Fusion. He's a 2400, and he pops up to 2 things. He is so good. He's a big part of the combo that's coming in just a little bit. I mean, there's no reason to not run him. Next up, I run 2 Gladiator Beast Heraclinos. He is a powerful card. He doesn't have the tag ability that all the other Gladiators have, but I mean, he's still powerful nonetheless. 3k attack, 2800 defense, and you can discard a card to negate a spell or trap. That, with a Gladiator Beast War Chariot behind it, just completely locks down the field. It's so strong, so hard to get over. I mean, he's a great card. I've even got a mat with him on it now. I run 1 Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon just because I really think Gear Gaias are going to be big. I think gadgets, you know, the combo. I side 1 Cyber Dragon just so I can go into this against my machine matchup. Next are my Xyz. I run a Leviathan Dragon. I would love to run a Leviair, but I don't have one yet, so I'm running Leviathan. He's still pretty strong. If I have a dead Test Tiger, I can still use him to go into him. I have a Zen Mains. Everyone's got Zen Mains now, but he's still so good. 2100 defense, and he pops things when they try to destroy him. He's a great card in general, and I like having the option to go into him with dead Test Tigers. Next one I've got is number 20, Giga Brilliant. He's a really cool card to go into. I've managed to I did one time open triple Test Tiger and ended up top decking a Laquari, going into him and having just big beaters on the field. He's a good card. He's a great option to have, and that's what this deck is about, is just options. Next is my 4-star lineup. I've got a Maestro with Symphony Gin. He books things. He keeps himself from being destroyed. He's a good card, a good option. I'm running 2 Gemnite Pearl at the moment. I would love to be able to sub them out for something, a Leviair and anything else. Because they don't do a whole lot. I don't really go into them. I've gone into them maybe twice. But when I did go into them, they did help win. I would like to have anything else. I have a Photon Papilloperative against Agents. They ended up setting a Marshmallow against me. Photon Papilloperative effect, switch it to attack and just go at it. It was a really good play. I like having the card. It's a good option. And finally, I do run 1 Utopia, the King of Reprints, because I mean, he's also a good option to have. He'll negate an attack for you. He's a good guy. I like going into him every now and then. And now let's go into my side deck. I've got Cyber Dragon. I side him against any machine matchup. He's a good guy. He'll go into my Chimera Tech. Right now I'm running 2 macro, although these might get changed to D-Prison soon. Just because I don't like having to War Chariot and then macro makes me banish it. I can't recur it with the cast ever. I've got 2 Trap Stun, and I side this in against stun decks, ironically. Anything trap heavy, I really just want to like get them to overextend and trap stun all their traps. Chain Burn and then Hope for Exodia have a big problem with this card too. Next, I've got Light Imprisoning Mirror. I mean, agents are going to come back, most likely. People are talking about Tele-Agent, people are talking about all those kind of decks, and Light Swarms. I mean, there's so many light monsters in the game right now. Light Imprisoning Mirror is a really good choice against them. Next, I've got 2 DD Crow. It's a good card, graveyard removal. Against Dark Worlds, I've used it to get rid of Grapha. Against Light Swarms, I've used it to take them down to 3 unique Light Swarms. He's a good card. Obviously, you don't run him the same time you're running Macro, though. I side 2 MST in those macro heavy decks. I just want to side this in when I know Bestiary is not going to be enough. I mean, I know I've got heavy in 1 MST main deck, but there are times when I really need the extra MST. Next I side 2, the Huge Revolution is over. I like this card over Starlight Road, just because you don't have to have the 2 cards on your field being destroyed. Scrap Dragon goes to pop something on their field and your field. Huge Rev, banish it. It's a really good card, and it doesn't special, so it can't be warninged. And, I mean, it's great to stop against Dark Holes, Heavies, anything. That destroys a lot of cards.
Like if they torrential your 1 monster and they have a monster?
Yep. I've done that before, too.
Yep.
Next, I run 1 Spirit Reaper. This stalled out forever against a 6-Sam deck. He's hard to get over. When they target him, he will get destroyed, but that's just the nature of the game. They're spending more resources on him than they really need to. My last card that I run in the side is Neospatian Grandmore. I love this card so much. I mean, he attacks and bounces. He's a great card to have. He takes care of Xyz, Sinks, anything you could think of. He can attack into it and take care of it. I mean, he puts in a lot of work. He got rid of Shadow of Xian. He's gotten rid of Vision Hero Adoration. He gets rid of all kinds of threats. Okay, so now I want to move on to the big combo play with this deck. And this is what makes a Hero Lives Glads good. Really good. A really strong deck. So, basically, you only need to open these 2 cards. If you open a Hero Lives and Prisma, you can just go off against them. Let's bring this down here. So, when you say you go second. They've said a couple things. They've got a creature, or say they're wind-ups, Noah, and they've gone off. They've got a bunch of Xyzs on the field, and they're ready to go. You go, a hero lives, pay half your life.
Sir, not tomorrow.
I know, you're going Xyz wind-ups. So you go, hero lives, special Prisma. Normal, your second Prisma. Use your Prisma's effect. Prisma 1 will become Gladiator Beast Bestiari. Prisma 2 will become Gladiator Beast Laquari. So now you got these two engraved, and you got these. So you contact fuse here, they go back to the deck, you get out a Gladiator Beast Gizzarus, top 2. Attack, and then tag him out at the end of the battle step, end of battle phase, sorry. And when he tags out, you get 2 Darius. Darius effect activates, special back Laquari, special back Bestiari. You've now got these 4 on the field. So now you contact the Bestiari with his Darius, and you get another Gizzarus, top 2. Then, if you're really trying to lock him down, you contact fuse again, and you get out Herc. All off 2 cards. And that still leaves you with the 3 cards in your hand and the card you drew for turn. So if any of those cards happen to be like War Chariot, you've got a big lock on them. A War Chariot and a Herc with 3 cards in hand to negate. There's not a lot they're going to do against that. And it's just a really strong combo. That's the one I really like going for. As soon as I get my Esidaris, there's going to be a couple more combos to go into. But this is the big one you go for. Other than that, I cannot tell you guys any combos, because the big thing of Gladiator Beasts is you have to react. You have to be able to respond to any given situation at any time. There's seldom a time where there is not an out to the situation I'm in. I mean, today there's been so many. I mean, I did that combo to go off against a wind-up deck. I've done that to go off against heroes. I mean, there's just not a lot of things you can't weasel your way out of with this deck. It's got so many ways to get out of so many situations, and that's why I'm playing it right now. The meta hasn't settled. I mean, everyone's abandoned all their decks from March. They're building all their September decks. The whole format's in turmoil right now, and I feel like I can get away with playing this deck because it's a thinking man's deck. You have to know what you want to do at all times. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys at Masters.
Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe.